back to the Icebox Sports Center for another exciting Continental Elite Hockey League action game. I'm Larry Nader along with Mark McKenzie. We'll be bringing you all the play-by-play action tonight as the Detroit Lightning visit the Icebox. Lightning coming off, actually you think they've won the last 4 games now after losing their first 2?
Yeah, they're definitely, they got off to a little bit of a slow start, but they're too good a team not to turn it around. And I guess you could pretty much say that about everybody in the league at this point.
The Lightning coming off a 5-3 win last night against Toledo. It was an exciting game. I went down to Toledo just to catch it last night, and Lightning had a 3-0 lead going into the third, and less than 10 minutes left, and Toledo came back, scored 2, made it 3-2. Then they traded goals for the final 6-7 minutes, and Lightning managed to hold on, hit an empty netter with 0.7 seconds on the clock to take the 5-3 win.
That's pretty much the story of all of CEHL this year. Only 2 games in the entire season have been decided by more than 2 goals, and at least 4 of the 2-goal games have been empty netters to make a 2-goal difference. So it's definitely a competitive league this year.
Big games for the Lightning last night. James Grunow, 2 goals, and Grunow's just been really rocket hot for the Lightning lately. And Steve Piccoli picked up a goal with 2 assists, and Steve continues to just kind of rocket right on up in the standings as well. And in fact, Steve's got 7 points in 3 games, and actually I think he's played 4 games now with the Lightning, and he's got 3 goals and 4 assists. And this is a team that can really give the Bombers fits, but by the same token, the Bombers had their number last year. I think 3 of the Lightning's 7 losses came against Brownstown.
Right, a team that went 45-7, and the 5th place team gives them 3 of those losses. There's definitely something going on there where the Lightning just could not beat the Bombers. So far early this game, they've had the territorial advantage, but you're going to see this swing back and forth the entire game.
Federo trying to work his way into the Lightning zone right now and winds up taking the puck into the corner. Jakubowski holding it in at the point. Lightning definitely a physical team, and they will play you physical all night. And if you don't respond to that, if you don't take the body and finish your checks with these guys, they will make you look awfully foolish an awful lot.
They've got the talent to do it.
Jakubowski sends it up now through center ice and all the way back in behind the Lightning net. And Lightning just get back there. Joe Kozlacek. Kozlakevich, I think is how he pronounces it. You're having a really rough time with that name already, but
I think we're going to call him number 5.
Joe K. Joe K touches up, and the face-off will come back down to the Bomber zone now on up. And the Bombers now trying to still kind of get some pressure out of their zone, and they haven't been able to. They've gotten the puck out a few times, but they're unable to get any sort of sustained pressure early on in the Detroit zone. And Lightning just dump it back into the Bomber zone, and Adam Jakubowski tying up his man. We're going to have a roughing penalty coming up, I believe, to Chris Ryan on the Bombers. Jakubowski had his player tied up, and Ryan came in with his player and just kind of got the hands up into the face a little bit as he took him into the boards.
Hey, you've got to keep the hands down, or they're going to call the high stick. He knocked the player's helmet loose.
So the Lightning is going to get the first power play of the night with just 3 minutes and 13 seconds gone in this game. The team that's definitely dangerous on the power play, even though they've lost a few players from last year and a couple of their top players are not with them here today. They're still a team that's extremely dangerous. Kyle Volker unable to keep it in at the point, and Chris Marasco giving chase. Marasco doing a good job to take the puck away, and Marasco gets a shorthanded opportunity.
Great individual effort by Chris Marasco to push the puck deep into the Detroit zone. Took the puck away from Volker, and despite him hanging all over him, he was able to get in and get a good scoring chance shorthanded.
Chase Cousins with his 3rd start of the year. Now they actually don't have his record here. I believe he's 1-1 for this year. And he had to be a little bit alert there on the shorthanded opportunity. And Bombers had their first scoring chance with a man short. Volker keeps it in this time, fires it towards the net a little bit wide. Joe K touching it up and gets dumping it in. before this game's up, I am going to be able to pronounce Kozlikevich. Kozlikevich with it now, circling around. Takes it back out to the point. Goes around, sends it back in. Over to Volker at the circle. Volker, the puck was in his skates, unable to really get a play there. Kozlikevich with it again. Good long shot by Christian Jeffkins. Gloved off by Austin West.
Yeah, Jeffkins has been one of their real hot scorers to start.
You can pick up the most recent news heralds right now at the front desk. Friendly Ford Incorporated, John Logan GMC Trucks, Holiday Inn, Detroit South and Southgate, Nancy's Pizza, Pictures in Motion, the official videographer for the Bomber Home Games, and Comcast Cable.
Well, Kozlikevich is off the ice right now, but it's Murphy's Law in broadcasting that the player's name that you're going to have a hard time pronouncing is the one who touches the puck the most. West with another save down low. Federo just flips it up over center ice and sends it into Detroit net, and Cousins has to play the puck, so there will be no icing. Onifray with it now for the Lightning, skating it out. Onifray gets over center ice, over the Bombers' blue line, holds up and lets his Lightning teammate set. Sabo with it in the corner. Back out to Benke, sent it over to Havlicek. Piccoli with it. Now Piccoli looking for a little bit of room. Turns, sends it in front where a couple of Lightning players were. They were looking for the tip. Good heads-up play, and this is definitely an experienced team, a well-coached team, right, a well-disciplined team, and you cannot give them any opportunities. The Bombers are going to have to be on top of their game tonight.
Absolutely. They were like I said earlier, they were 45-7 last year. Then the majority of that team is back. The Bombers are going to have to be at the top of their game.
We talked a little bit last broadcast about the Lightning head coach, Jeff Blum, who came over from the Capital Center Pride when they pulled out of the North American League. And Jeff definitely one of the premier coaches at the junior A level, and definitely a feather in the CEHL's hat, let alone the Detroit Lightning's hat. They have a coach of that caliber in this league.
Yeah, the changes in junior A were, you got to say the winner of all of this was definitely the CEHL, picking up some coaches and some players that in the past had been associated with the North American League.
So the Lightning going to go a man short as Chet Putek, brother of ex-Lightning defenseman Nate Putek, heads to the box for a pair.
Chet, well known to Coach Boilo, having played for him in the past for 3 years.
Well, let's see if the Bombers can capitalize here as they manage to kill off the first penalty that they had. Good shot by Nate Jakubowski on Cousins, and Cousins had to make a quick pad save. Out front to, I'm sure it was Rennie Ford that was out there that had a good chance but just had his stick lifted. Marasco with it now, circles, cuts back in his own zone, tries to get it out. Aaron Jakubowski picks it up. Sends it back to Marasco. Marasco skates with it now. He's got Ford along with him. He's got Aaron Jakubowski up front. He dumps it into the far corner from Jakubowski. Puck comes back out and Cousins just covers it. Now, once again, the game last night, I just was very impressed with how the Lightning played overall, but Toledo just still a little struggling for their identity right now. They really didn't play that physical. They had a few bursts of being physicalness, and then they managed to pick it up, but by the time they started playing, it was like about 10 minutes left in the game, and you got a 3-goal lead, you come back by 2, and then you don't shut the door at that point, and there's just not enough time to do anything with it.
It's very similar to the game they played here against the Bombers, where they kind of laid back and the Bombers got off to a 6-2 lead on them before they finally got into the game.
We got a little hand jive going on there between Sabo and the Bombers player. Bombers just send it in back behind Cousins, who tries to play it with the stick and makes a bit of a mistake there with the puck, and almost proves costly. Bombers manage to hold it in at the point. Brian Senek, the new Bomber, first game for the team. You know the stats on him? He's a big kid.
Yeah, he's a big guy. We don't have his stats with us, but it's about 6'2", probably around 220.
The Bombers just sent it back in, and teams are full strength. Volker sends it up. The Lightning start cutting in now to the Bombers zone, looking to make a play. West had to be sharp there. That was a bang play. As I don't even know if I want to try to pronounce his last name. Wachakowicz. That's close enough. Wachakowicz. And if you're listening to this, Wachakowicz, and this isn't your name, I'm sorry, but it is now. That was a great play, though. Puck came across to him. He had to cut through the crease, and West had to be sharp in order to make that save.
Despite having a one-handed shot, he still got a decent shot on net, and West had to be sharp to keep it out.
Kazachek sends it back in for the Lightning. Pilkus with it along the boards. The Bombers managed to bring it loose. Langlois working the puck. Doing a good job to get it loose and get it up. Bombers still not able to control it in the Lightning zone, and Lightning just send it back. Langlois with it again. Over to Pappas. Pappas leaves it. Looks like we got maybe offsetting penalties coming up. And it didn't seem to be anything too physical or too bad there, but I think referee Presnell is just going to lay down the law a little bit early tonight and try not to let this game get too out of hand.
Alex Handley of Lightning and Kolya Schneider of the Bombers just wants to make sure that he's got control of it. They understand that he's got control. You'll see a lot of these calls early in the game.
So this will be offsetting. The teams will remain 5-on-5. Jeffkins taking the face-off for the Lightning. Nate Jakubowski with it, back in his own corner. Sends it out to Watkins. Watkins starts skating with it and sends it long. Nice shot.
Senek with a good shot.
Great shot by Senek as he took a long pass from Watkins, came over the blue line, and Cousins had to make the save and send it up into the netting. The face-off remained to the left, I believe, of Cousins. Chase Cousins doing a respectable start for the Lightning in 2 games. He's carrying a .861 save percentage. Regretfully, a 5.0 goals against average, but it's he also got one of those starts early on when the Lightning were still struggling. Rennie Ford with it for the Bombers in the corner, looking for somebody. Nobody out front. Ford cuts in front of the net. Jakubowski able to get it to him. Ford tries to send it out to Jakubowski, and it's just intercepted. Sent back down the ice. Nate Jakubowski bounces it off the boards for Frank Federo. Federo looking for a little bit of skating room, dumps it in, and Aaron Jakubowski will give chase to it. Aaron Jakubowski plays it off the boards for Rennie Ford. Lightning managed to get the puck and just shoot it back down the ice. Joe Maltese for the Lightning. Just clearing the puck, kill off the penalty. Nate Jakubowski with it now coming across center ice. He has his brother Aaron with him. Looks like he wanted to leave it for Aaron. Didn't have the opportunity. Cousins had to make a save, and miscue by Aaron Jakubowski, and there goes Maltese. Maltese fires it high as he's taken down, and we're going to have a penalty coming up to Aaron Jakubowski, and that was definitely a necessary penalty. Yep. Jakubowski, after miscuing on the puck, just inside the Lightning's blue line, and Maltese managing to steal it away and chase down the ice, was going to go in all alone.
Blind passes at the blue line are usually not a good idea, and that's one of the reasons right there. Maltese was able to pick it off easily. Aaron Jakubowski forced to take him down to prevent the excellent scoring chance.
So Maltese will remain out there for the Lightning. He goes in for the faceoff. Bombers with the puck now behind their own net. Chris Ryan. Maltese with it again. Maltese with 3 Bombers back there and just manages to skate in between them. Teams are 4-on-4 right now with 30 seconds remaining in the Lightning penalty. Maltese with it again. Maltese making himself known out there on the ice. Every time that puck's been in the Bomber zone this shift, he's been touching it. Kyle DiMaggio
just a little bit too far for Ryan.
Ready Ford with it along the corner, in the corner along the boards. Ford getting worked over, but he's still managing to move the puck back and forth, trying to get loose. And the Lightning come out with it. Lead pass up to James Grunow. Grunow sends it to Onifray. Nice save by West to keep the score, keep the Lightning off the scoreboard.
Good play by Austin West.
Grunow and Onifray are no strangers to each other. They played together last year on this Lightning championship team.
Admission is $7 for adults and $5 for senior team seniors. Come support Delaware only junior A hockey team.
So Steve Sabo in face off against Marasco. Sabo gets the face off. Good job by Winston Pappas to break it loose though, and here comes Marasco. He's in all low. Oh! He had the upper corner, and that's where he was going for, and just sent it high.
And that's been one of the problems the Bombers have had early this season, is the inability to finish off those breakaways.
When you get those opportunities, and they don't come easy against a team like Detroit, when you get those chances, you got to finish them. Marasco again.
And here he goes again.
He's going to be well on his way. Marasco, good job.
There we go.
It in.
Not going to do it.
Not going to let that one get away from him again. He came across the slot. Across the slot, all the ways on over to the goalie's left. Goalie's right, and tucked it in behind him. Good job by Marasco, and the Bombers take an early 1-0 lead with 10:36 into the first. And that was a short-handed goal.
Nice short-handed goal.
16 seconds remaining in the Lightning penalty, and once again, that all started back here, and that was a good job.
A good penalty kill, and it turns into an offensive chance with the speed that Chris Marasco has.
Good job along the boards to break that puck out.
And here comes Sam Dismuke.
And he scores!
2 short-handed goals in 7 seconds.
What a job! What a job as Sam Dismuke just comes in and burns Chase Cousins.
Well, I guess maybe the Bombers aren't having as much trouble with the breakaways as I thought we were.
Maybe all we had to do was talk about it prior to this. I don't know, but what a great 7 seconds that was. The first goal scored at 10:36 in the first was from Chris Marasco, from Nate Jakubowski and Winston Pappas. Lightning are back to full strength. So the Lightning now find themselves in a quick 2-goal hole. Shades of last season, as we discussed earlier, with the Bombers having the number of the Lightning for 3 games, and actually playing them close almost the whole season. I think there was like 1 blowout.
Yeah.
And the Lightning really controlled this league last year.
Absolutely. When you, last year was a sprint. Detroit got off to a big start, and they pretty much ran away from the rest of the league, going unbeaten through the playoffs. We're not going to see that this season.
So the second goal, officially by Sam Dismuke, assist to Frank Federo as he poked the puck loose at the Bombers' blue line and sprung Sam Dismuke. Time on that goal was 10:43, so 7 seconds apart. A pair of shorthanded goals have the Bombers up 2-0.
Oh, a long shot Cousins had a little bit of trouble with.
Justin Marriott, the Lightning's main goaltender, saw action last night in Toledo, and Lightning opting to rest him tonight, but Cousins has a little bit more trouble, and I think you're gonna see Marriott come out and play his second night in a row.
When you can get a couple of quick ones on a goaltender like that, you get a long shot, put it on net. Sometimes their confidence is a little shaken, and you can see he didn't play that puck cleanly on a fairly routine play.
So now the Bombers are going to go down a man as Rennie Ford goes in for, I believe it was a high stick that was called. So at 11:58, 8:02 remaining in the first. Bombers up 2-0. The Lightning on their second power play of the night. Christian Jeffkins taking the face-off for the Lightning. Kozakevich with it, sends it up to Jeff. It was Volker. Kozakevich with it again. Kozakevich with some nice moves out there. Kozakevich sends it in, and a great opportunity for Jojo Bojanowski, who could not get his stick on the puck. He had the whole side of the net. He was into the crease. The puck was loose, and he just could not get his stick on it. The Bombers managed to hold off on that one.
Austin West pretty sharp on that play.
Face-off now to the circle to the left of West. Federo with the puck. Jakubowski now has it behind the net, sends it out. Lightning keep it in. Nice deflection attempt by James Grunow, and West was right there to make the save. Nate Jakubowski sends it up to Sam Dismuke, and Jakubowski and Federo with Dismuke. Dismuke looking out front for somebody, takes it to the net himself. Got off the backhander that Cousins made the save on, and Dismuke got dumped for his efforts.
The amount of pressure the Bombers have put on shorthanded, I wonder if the Lightning are going to decline the next penalty.
Grunow with it behind the net. Lightning skating into the circle with the puck right now. Fires a shot. Grunow gets the rebound opportunity. He can't score. So a nice shot from Jeffkins and a save by West. And Grunow with one or two pops there on the rebound. And West just managed to stone him out. Kovlasek takes it in for the Lightning. He's got it now along the sideboards. Kovlasek sends it in back behind. It comes back out to him, and it goes between his skates. And the Bombers come back with it now. Marasco sends it up to Winston Pappas. Pappas with a hard shot.
Ooh, off the goalie's shoulder.
Well, I'll tell you, those will sting you even through the pads. That was a nice hard shot off Cousins' shoulder. 15 seconds now remaining in the penalty to the Bombers, and the Bombers have had 2 or 3 good scoring opportunities so far in this.
Yeah, so far their best offensive weapon has been go to the box.
So the Bombers now are back to full strength. They kill off another one. Adam Jakubowski unable to get the puck into the Lightning zone. Ford with it now. Ford has Pappas. Ford looking for a little bit of room. Sends it
right behind him.
That was a hard angle as Ford was trying to cut around the defender. Pappas now in the corner. Senek sends it out to Wilson. Or Ryan, I mean. Lightning continuing to work hard, but it's definitely been the Bombers in the last 7 or 8 minutes that have seemed to have the momentum more so.
Yeah, a couple of shorthanded goals will definitely give you some more energy.
Derek Watkins whistled for offside.
Matt Mosley not able to keep his leg on the blue line.
Watkins had to cut a little bit more than Mosley expected as he was trying to gain some momentum to get into the zone, trying to get around the defender. So as a result, the faceoff just outside the Lightning blue line. Pilkis takes the faceoff for the Lightning, and the Bombers win it. Nate Jakubowski sends one in long that Cousins easily handles. Watkins with it in the corner.
Yeah, you can tell the Bombers are going to continue to test Cousins.
Kozlachek again with the puck, and he sends it up to Joe Y, or Joe W, Tom W. This game is too fast to not have these names get totally buried in your head. Oh, and a nice play out front that almost resulted in a Lightning goal. Big shot from Anthony Pilkis that trickled through, and just managed to go to the left of West in the net. We're going to have an icing.
The Bombers would like to thank some more of their sponsors for the 2003-2004 season, including Dance Music DJ, the official DJ for all about the home games, Quick Point and Beating, Pictures in Motion, the official videographer for all about the home games, Holiday in Detroit South and Southgate, Friendly Ford in Monroe, John Rogan, GMC, Quick Point and Beating, YF Business Association, and the Team Association. Thank you.
Lightning with the puck now at the side. Jojo Bojanowski tries an opportunity. Doesn't manage to hit. Nice shot from the point from Steve Benke. West was sharp to tip that one away. James Grunow with it now behind. Circles around behind the net, sends it out, and nobody there to stop it, and it just trickles back to the neutral zone. Jeffkins tips it forward, plays it himself. Jeffkins sends it to Bojanowski, who just can't take it off the skate. Bojanowski again, circling the net, sends it out front, nobody there, and Dismuke double team quickly. So Lightning take the puck back. Bombers just managed to get it up to center ice. Lightning come back as they finish a line change. DiMaggio doing a good job to keep that puck. Had to circle back though to get it back on side. Aaron Jakubowski tries to just smack it in, and he rushes to the bench to complete the line change. Frank Federo working it behind the net, trying to make something happen. Nobody out front. Grunow just flips it down the ice. He heads to the Lightning bench. Federo again. Bombers can come back 3-on-3. Good job by Federo to get around in this 3-on-2 if they hustle. Federo circles, holds up. Adam Jakubowski sends it out in front and is intercepted by Kazakevich. And he plays it back down the ice. Piccoli with it back to Kazakevich.
And the Bombers again, 3-on-1.
Marasco hustling down the ice. Running forward with it behind the net. DiMaggio out front to Marasco, who had a turn and wasn't able to get a shot off.
Oh.
Adam Jakubowski fanned on his shot. And did manage to get a skate on that one, though, as Kazakevich was trying to set up a Lightning player with the puck. Ford doing a good job to strip that puck away.
Oh, C.J. Owen with a couple of good chances.
Good job by Ford to set that up, though, as he stripped that puck away between two Lightning players and set up C.J. Owen.
Oh, C.J. with a nice deflection there. Cousins was sharp on that one. Well, so far these teams have been playing sort of in the manner of the opposition's name. The Lightning have been bombs away down at the Brownstown end, and the Bombers have actually been lightning fast striking for the two shorthanded goals, and they seem to be playing for the mistake and going in and getting the scoring chance.
Definitely a good game between these two teams. Pappas he gets the face off for the Bombers. Ryan Croft sends it in front. Winston Pappas tried the deflection, went wide. Pappas just manhandled down there in the corner and just dumped. Benke with the puck now sends it up, and Ryan Croft dumps it in. C.J. Owen manages to keep the Lightning from clearing the puck out. A lot of bodies along the boards right now. Pappas comes out of it, though, with the puck. Sends it through. Owen was there, just was out of position to get the puck. Jakubowski sends it down, and Cousins has to play a bouncing puck.
Just keep throwing it at him and wait to see what happens.
So we're in the final minute. Bombers still leading 2-0. Good job by Derek Watkins to go low, take that pass away.
Chet Putek had the puck down low, and anybody who lives in this area knows what Chet can do with the puck when he's down low by the goalie by himself.
Presnell calling a high stick penalty.
Nice shift that last time out for line of C.J. Owen, Winston Pappas, and Justin Kubicek. They didn't get a lot of ice due to the shorthanded and the penalties that we've had in the first period, but a lot of energy, good, strong, physical play, and did a good job of keeping the puck in the Lightning zone.
So Putek with his second visit to the box this period. 43 seconds remaining on the clock in the first. This penalty will carry over a minute 17 into the second. Federo with it along the boards to Marasco at the point. Marasco sends it across to Jakubowski on his backhand. Sends it into Ford. Aaron Jakubowski with it, sends it over to Federo. Federo looking back out to Marasco. Just moving the puck now, looking for somebody to send it to. Sends it to Aaron Jakubowski down low. Back to Federo as they look to try to make that setup. 12 seconds remaining on the clock this period. Lightning Bombers right back out front and
Scores!
Scores!
Rennie Ford.
Is it Ford?
Yeah, nice pass across from Marasco.
That's a nice setup though, and the Bombers managed to complete a power play goal. So all 3 goals this period on special teams. There's three ticks remaining on the clock. The official time will be 19:57. We await the official scoring from referee Presnell. The Bombers just stinging the Lightning early on. 3 special team goals in the first, and Jeff Blum is definitely going to have a long talk with his players during this break. So Ford from Marasco and Federo at 19:57, and the teams are going to head off for their break. And we'll be back in a few minutes with the start of the second period. The Bombers lead at the end of 1, 3-0. Okay, we're back for the start of the second period here. The Bombers holding a 3-0 lead on 3 first period special team goals. Chris Marasco and Sam Dismuke with power play goals at 10:36 and 10:47 of the first. And Rennie Ford with 3 seconds remaining in the first. It scores on the power play. Just an exciting night. We've had 7 different players so far figure in scoring for the Bombers on the 3 goals. With Federo having the biggest night so far.
Right. Yeah, good period for the Bombers on the scoreboard. But territorial-wise, the Lightning had the big advantage there, and I'm sure Coach Boileau wants to take care of that in the final 2 periods.
And they're going to have to really not let off at this point. You got to play a full 60 minutes against the Lightning. That 3-goal lead can dissipate awfully quick.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot in this league so far this season. There's no lead seems to be too safe here.
And the Lightning seemed to slack off a little bit last night, and Toledo picked it up, and that 3-goal lead almost evaporated on them before they woke up again. A couple of penalties, 3 penalties in a row, and the Lightning played about a little over 2 minutes, 2 minutes short, and that really kind of stung them. And Toledo, who had no luck at all scoring with the 2-man advantage prior to that on 3 or 4 chances, managed to capitalize on a 1-man short opportunity and a 2-man short opportunity. So Volker now for the Lightning tries to play it out front, nobody there, and the Bombers just send it back down the ice. And we're going to have an icing as Steve Benke touches up for the Lightning. Play will come back down into the Bomber zone. Upcoming games at the Icebox. Saturday, November 1st at 7 p.m. The Michigan Stars come to town. The Michigan Stars will be back on November 15th, Saturday at 7 p.m. as well. And the New Jersey Metro Moose will be in that following Sunday, the 16th at 3 p.m. Tickets are $7 for adults, $5 for students and seniors.
Another nice stop by Austin West. the Lightning get another chance down low.
Pick up your tickets to all Bombers games at 734-676-5500. Here comes Rennie Ford now, chasing back down the ice with the puck. Ford with DiMaggio unable to play it. Volker takes it away, sends it back out to center ice. Volker again with it at center ice. Plays it off to Piccoli, to Onifre. Onifre in the corner, looking for somebody. Onifre gets bumped. Piccoli with him. Nate Jakubowski just stepping in front of Onifre to take the puck away. And Lightning have it back at the side of the net. Piccoli unable to get a shot off though. Comes out, Volker unable to keep it in. Onifre with it over the blue line. Sabo going in. Onifre sends it high. Volker from the side sends it out front to Onifre.
Volker just threw it in front.
Piccoli chipped it. It was either Onifre or Piccoli. It was a good effort by Volker to send that one out from the side, from the outside of the circle. Just send it out front. And Lightning deflected underneath Austin West, and they're on the board at 2:14 of the second. Like we said, you can't slack off against this team. They'll keep coming at you all night long. They will play a full 60 minutes. So Piccoli from Volker and Onifre. And the Lightning cut into the Bombers' lead by 1. Bombers up by 2 now. 3-1.
Bombers would like to thank some more of their sponsors for the season, including the official DJ of the Bombers, Dance Music DJ, Quick Plumbing and Heating, Pictures and Motion, the official videographer for all Bomber games, Comcast Cable, where you can see Bomber games every Wednesday at 8 o'clock on Channel 20, the Wind-Up Business Association, the Trent Business Association, and John Logan GMC Trucker Masters. Thank you.
Bombers unable to keep it in. Lightning poke it loose. All the way down their own zone. Adam Jakubowski circles behind the net. That was a good job by Mosley to make sure that that puck didn't come out front for a play. He races back down the ice with it.
Oh, Cousins with a nice skate.
Senek is making his presence known fast out there, though. It's only the start of the second period with this team, and he's had a good 3 shots or so already tonight, and he's had a couple of really good opportunities. Besides his physicalness out there and stripping the puck away and his speed coming up the ice. For a big guy, he seems to be able to move his feet relatively quick.
He's also got real good hands for a guy his size. It's I think he's going to be a big asset to the Bombers.
So the Lightning now sending it back down. Mike Morley just dumps it in behind the net. Aaron Jakubowski tries sending it to Dismuke, a little bit long for him, and Morley has it back at his own blue line. Bombers at their blue line now, sending it back and forth between the defense. Morley breaks it up in his own zone, plays it off the boards. Neither team actually getting any momentum right now with the puck. Aaron Jakubowski sends it out front to Dismuke, who plays it right in the Morley skate. Dismuke with a good opportunity there. I think Sam wanted to try to maybe bring it to his backhand. Morley skate there, just taking any opportunity away from him.
Yeah, Sam's having a real good game. He's picking his level of play up. When you get to play with the top line, that's what you have to do, and getting an opportunity, and Sam's making the most of it.
Morley trying to keep it at the point, unable to do so. Federo gets past him with it.
He hits the pipe.
Federo looked to Dismuke and decided to make the move himself to the short side. Had Cousins totally full. Cousins looking the other way. And Federo just unable to manage to tuck it in on the short side, though. He hit the upright.
Yeah, that iron goalie back there keeps that one out. That nice move by Frank. The defenseman got in the way. He couldn't make the pass across to Dismuke, and he took the shot. Unfortunately, caught some metal with it instead of the net.
Score remains 3-1 in favor of the Bombers. 4:40 gone in this period. Lightning continue to try to work it behind to the side of their net. Jeffkins trying to work Federo. Jeffkins manages to steal it away. Jeffkins tries to spring JoJo Bojanowski a little too far for him. Ryan Croft with the puck. Up to Kyle DiMaggio. Back along the boards. And Croft takes down JoJo Bojanowski to help Ford with the puck. Jeffkins sends it to Grunau. Grunau with a hard wrist shot. Save West. Ford and DiMaggio together, and we got a play whistle dead and the faceoff coming back into the neutral ice zone. So the faceoff will be in the neutral ice zone on our side, near the Michigan Doubles logo. The Bombers try to send it up. CJ Owen just manages to dump it in behind the net. Winston Pappas unable to play it. Ties his man up. Pappas has an opportunity, but miffs on the shot and sends it a little bit wide. Bombers working hard behind the net. Kubicek, name that we haven't mentioned yet tonight, but Kubicek, a physical presence whenever he's out there and the scoring threat.
Yeah, Justin, one of the Colorado imports.
Oh, nice shot by Sabo. West had to be quick, and he just couldn't close the glove on it, though. It bounced right out.
Austin's definitely been sharp tonight. The one goal, a deflection that he really didn't have a chance on. Coach Boileau came into the season without a designated number one, but Austin stating his case tonight. He had a fine game against Michigan Stars and has continued that play tonight.
Sabo doing a good job of using the Bombers player as a little bit of a screen, fired a hard wrist shot. West managed to get enough of it. 13:46 remaining in the second period. Langlois skates it in, tries to cut through. Watkins gets the puck and sends a fast backhander in just a little bit wide. Schneider helped keep it in for his team and comes off the sideboards, and Langlois just sends it in deep. Watkins banging it in the corner. Oh!
Senek again.
Senek jumps in and joins Watkins and just sandwiches the Detroit player. Senek again out there. His long stick, long reach has definitely helped him.
Absolutely.
He gets that stick out there and just pokes it away, and he's nowhere near you.
Right, and that big body doesn't hurt any when he takes it into the corner or gets in front of the goaltender. He takes up a lot of space.
West Road in Brownstown. Dance music DJ, the official DJ for our home game. Click on the meeting and podcast cable. Thank you for your support.
Federo with it now at center ice for the Bombers. Circles. He's got the Smuke and Aaron Jakubowski with him. Sends it in deep. Jakubowski unable to get to it. The Smuke trying to catch up to it along the boards. And the Lightning have it. Jeffkins with it now at center ice. Bojanowski trying to stay onside. Grunau behind the net. Chasing it down. Sends it out to Volker at the point. Back to Grunau. Grunau looking for somebody. Looked to Volker and decided to turn with the puck and send it back himself. Sends it to Volker, who steps to the center part of the blue line and just sends a light wrist shot in. Federo circles with the puck in his own corner and still can't get loose.
Looked like a Curly Neal move there for the old Globetrotters.
Billy Sims when he used to play for the Lions, how Billy would run about 45 yards diagonally in order to pick up 10 yards. Nate Jakubowski. Oh!
A bouncing puck.
That one he didn't get all of it, and it looked like it might have been deflected off a Detroit stick, and it almost bounces past Cousins.
Aaron Jakubowski with a nice shot.
Croft just leveled JoJo Bojanowski. And the Detroit crew over here to the right of us, filming the game for broadcast in Macomb County. My old camera guy over there, Jerry Bojanowski, worked a little bit with Detroit last year, doing color for them. So Marasco's going to come in for the face-off now for the Bombers against Anthony Pilkis for Detroit. Marasco gets it back to Jakubowski. Adam Jakubowski still trying to work it. Good job by Jakubowski as he's tied up out in front. And DiMaggio just couldn't get it to the backhand.
Couldn't get the handle on it.
And there, he had no other choice. He had to take it to the backhand. He had nothing else to do with it. Rennie Ford now skating it in. Ford dumps it in behind the net. Marasco with it at the side of the net. Marasco.
Oh, another good shot.
Marasco tried to send it across. And
got Cousins looking behind him. That's always it's always a good feeling for your offense, and bad feeling when you're a coach and you see your goalie looking back.
Well, I think Cousins had it hit his cuff of his glove maybe, and had it tucked in between his body and the cuff. Wasn't quite sure if he had it trapped or if it was trickling behind him. So Marasco back in now, facing off against Steve Sabo for the Lightning. Bombers win the face-off again. Can't keep it in, and the Lightning clear it all the ways down. Maggio for the Lightning, sends it around the board to Rennie Ford. Ford looking for some room. Can't do anything with it. Chris Ryan tries to send it up sideboards. It's back out to center ice, and the Lightning have it. Come back the other way, Piccoli with a long shot wide. Morley sends it out front, and Adam Jakubowski got a piece of it.
Right.
Almost wound up deflecting it into his own net. West had to be there and sharp. Bombers managed to keep that puck away from West and play it off the boards all the way down the ice. Morley back to play it for the Lightning.
And Winston Pappas,
a veteran of this league who knows better than to put his head down at center ice. Level by Winston Pappas, and they're going to go, I think. Onifray upset, maybe a little bit more embarrassed, but upset by Winston Pappas leveling him at center ice. And I'm sorry, but you can't put your head down out there just to look at the puck. You're going to get it taken off.
Yeah, he's been around long enough not to skate around like that with the head down.
Still upsets you no matter what, but definitely don't put your head down. You got to see it coming. Both players are going to go for, I don't know if he's going to be calling roughings or if he's going to call fightings on this, but we'll see if Onifray comes out with an extra penalty or not.
Now, Winston Pappas, a native of Evergreen, Colorado, a new Bomber this year. Him and Justin Kubicek came to the camp together and impressed Coach Boileau, and that's the kind of plays that we've seen from them throughout the camps and training camp. Both play with a little edge to their game. This is a physical line, and that's what the coach is looking for from these guys.
So Ford's goal earlier today in the first manages to keep him in the goal scoring lead for the Bombers with 6 goals now in 5 games. However, Frank Federo picking up 2 points tonight moves ahead of him in points with 3 goals and 5 assists, or 4 assists.
5 assists. Yeah, that's Frank's game. he is a puck handler and a playmaker, and that's where he does his best. Spent last season with the CompuWare Ambassadors of the North American League and number 2 in scoring behind teammate Matt Rakowski, and many of those points were assists to Rakowski.
So looks like we got next penalty up there for the Bombers. If he's calling the initial hit at center ice or not, but the way I saw it was Onifre was playing the puck and had his head down and got caught. So I don't quite understand.
That's a strange call there.
I don't understand the penalty, extra penalty on the Bombers side, unless it was something else that happened other than that hit at center ice. And Nate Jakubowski arguing it for his team. It's going to fall on deaf ears, though. Presnell's not going to reverse his decision.
Bomber penalty number 15, Western Catholics. 2-minute lineup for cross-checking and 2-minute lineup for roughing. Detroit penalty number 10, Brownstown. 2-minute lineup for roughing.
So Pappas called for a cross-check on that hit out at center ice, and I'd like to see the replay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but we don't have the luxury of a replay, so you have to trust the call from the official. He says that he saw a cross-check, and that may have been what John Onifre responded to. The Lightning unable to
and
keep
another
it.
breakaway.
Was a mistake. No goal. Referee blew the whistle. He was calling a penalty, I guess, on Jojo Bojanowski. I guess the play was whistled dead when Kyle Volker touched the puck at center ice.
Oh.
So, which I understand Cousins not making a save in that situation if the play was whistled dead, but you never take that chance as a goalie. You still make that save.
Absolutely, you got to play it out.
I was confused as to why he just stood there. So obviously that's the reason. Face-off will be in the Lightning zone now. Teams will be 4-on-4.
Oh.
Penalty number 21, Jojo Bojanowski. 2-minute lineup for roughing. Time for penalty, 10 minutes and 36 seconds.
So Bojanowski's going for roughing. There's a minute 13 remaining in the Detroit penalty, and there'll be a 36-second power play to the Bombers once that first penalty expires to the Bombers. So minute 13 remaining in the Bombers penalty. Correction. Marasco to take the face-off. Marasco to Langlois winds up and sends it wide. Ford with it along the boards, plays it in behind the net. Pavlicek circling with it. Kozakevich now with the puck for Detroit, skating it hard. Ford tries to poke check him along the boards, unable to do so. Shot from the sideboards from Kozakevich that is just broken up by Ford, and the puck hits the net. Sabo manages to get the face-off for Detroit. Shot from Steve Benke, unable to make it through. Volker out there with it. Volker sends it. Sabo tries a deflection. Just misses on the short side. Sam Dismuke tries to clear it. Goes right to Volker. Volker sends it to Sabo at the side of the net. West plays it off his shoulder. Dismuke with it again, and it's turned over, and Grunau with it. Grunau cuts back and loses an edge of his skate, or he had the whole side of the net to shoot at. Sabo now picks it up in his own zone, plays it off the board to Grunau. Bombers back to full strength, and there's 33 seconds remaining in the power play now for the Bombers.
I need to get possession and get something set up.
Detroit doing a good job of forechecking right now, putting the pressure on the Bombers even though they're a man short. Temper's getting a little short around the Brownstown net. It doesn't look like we have any calls coming out of it, just a little bit of bumping and shoving.
Yeah, just a little.
Well, I remind you about some upcoming games at the Icebox, so get down here and catch all the CEHL action live. November 1st, 7 p.m. Saturday against the Michigan Stars. November 15th, Saturdays against the same Michigan Stars, 7 p.m. start. And Sunday, November 16th against the Metro Moose from New Jersey, 3 p.m. start. Tickets are available by calling 734-676-5500, or you can pick them up at the Icebox Sports Center in Brownstown. So, 10 seconds remaining in the power play for the Bombers, and they may get one shot off here. Marasco sends a long one.
Nice long shot.
Cousins blocks on it with his blocker. Lightning back to full strength now. And here
got to
comes
get those point shots down.
Vakukovic back on the ice for the Lightning. He had stopped it along the sideboards and kept the play in. Lightning trying to make something happen right now, trying to puck up. Vakukovic sends it long. I'm getting better with that name, huh?
Yeah.
Now we learned how to pronounce it, and I spelled it out phonetically. Hopefully we won't, no offense against him, but hopefully we won't see him too much out there tonight.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of the guys with the one-syllable names.
Federo out to take the face-off for the Bombers, wins it back into his own corner. Lightning come out with it though. C.J. Owen unable to do anything with it along the boards. Lightning send it in. Bombers managed to get it over the blue line. Volker with possession though. Sends it back to Kavusek. Piccoli just takes it at center ice and dumps it in behind the Bombers net. Piccoli with it again to Sabo. Sabo tried to send it to Onifre. He was tied up by Brian Langlois. C.J. Owen with it along the boards. Owen trying to freeze it. Manages to get it loose though with the skate. And we got Langlois and Kavlicek going at it in the corner, and Langlois takes him down. A little bit of a wrestling match now. Some rabbit punching, that's about it. Not really a whole lot there to worry about or describe. They were tied up. They tied each other up pretty quickly and wrestled each other to the ice. They're both going to go sit 5. Enough to get a little breather. I want to remind you too that November 16th game coming up against the Metro Moose from New Jersey at Sunday, 3 p.m. start. All Sunday games here at the Icebox are autograph day. Bomber players that are not in uniform that night will be available during the game to sign autographs, and all players will be available following the game.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of kids at the Sunday games. They get a real big kick out of meeting the Bombers and getting their autographs and their pictures.
This is good. This is good for minor hockey. They need to be able to see the fact that they can advance, and what they can advance up to. And this is definitely good hockey.
Yeah, this year we've begun a Adopt a Bomber program where the Bomber players are going to the youth hockey practices, squirt, pee-wee, bantam teams, working with the coaches in practice, working with the younger players, and hopefully getting them interested in continuing their hockey career to the junior A level.
Well, it's all about cultivating future talent, and that's what any junior team has to be about. Chris Ryan's going to go sit a pair, and the Bombers are going to go a man short again. 5:31 remaining in this second period. So far, the only goal, Steve Piccoli's at 3:14 of the second. They managed to cut the Bombers' lead from 3 goals to 2. They Jakubowski trying to tie it up along the boards and trying to eat whatever time off the clock he can. Onifray gets it loose. Onifray with it again. Now top of the circle. Onifray sends a long one in that goes wide. Bombers managed to poke it loose out to center
Here's
ice.
Ford and Marasco going into the zone again.
Good job as they managed to kill a few more seconds off the penalty. And that's all Nate Jakubowski's looking for as he sends it in long. Just waiting to eat as much time off that clock as he could before he fired it down the ice. Good job by Jakubowski. There was a long spring pass that was trying to come out to Onifray that didn't make it through. Onifray now just taps it in the Sabo, and the Bombers pick it up and shoot it back down the ice. Minute 3 remaining in the penalty to Chris Ryan. 4:27 remaining in the second period. Lightning lead 3-1. Volker with it up to Jojo Bojanowski, who can't get control, and Bojanowski taken out as he tried to cut across the blue line looking for the puck. Volker with it again along the boards. Volker and Onifray, he sends it to Onifray. Onifray looking for Kazakevich. Kazakevich off on the side, but Onifray sends a high one in over the boards, off the glass, and it's down the ice.
Frank
Federo. Frank Federo was using his speed to try to cut in, and no room as he had 2 Lightning players back there with him. He had Brunau and Volker both back there with him, and no room for him to go but to the side of the net.
Yeah, they kept Frank to the outside, kept him to the outside like they're supposed to, and really took away his move across the front. Didn't really get a good shot on net. But again, shorthanded, the Bombers with another good offensive opportunity.
Defenseman Kyle Volker for the Lightning in his 3rd season now in junior hockey with the CEHL. And I've had the privilege of watching Kyle now for 3 years. And he joined the league as a 16-year-old. That was an impressive season. I thought that when I first saw him start the season, I was wondering how he was going to be able to really hold his own. And he not only held his own, but he was really one of the premier defensemen the last 2 seasons in the league, in my opinion. This year, no different as he steps his game up to another level. So Brunau with it for the Lightning. Sends it out to the point. Shot wide. Maltese unable to get it along the boards, and the Bombers just shoot it down as they're full strength, and there's 3 minutes remaining. After the whistle blows, it's 2:58 remaining in the second. Puck's dropped and back in play, and Aaron Jakubowski trying to spring Sam Dismuke. Dismuke chasing it in, tries to send it back across to Jakubowski. It doesn't get through as Morley breaks it up for the Lightning. Nate Jakubowski at the point, sends it in to Federo. Nate and Federo managed to hold it in. Federo again with it. And Jakubowski unable to hold it in that time as it comes out to center ice. Plays it off the boards, and Dismuke has it at the blue line. Federo keeps it in, turns with it, sends it to Dismuke, who tries to send it across. He put it through the legs of Morley, and another Lightning defender happened to be there and took it away. Onifray now coming in with it.
Nice play by Ryan Croft.
Great job by Ryan Croft to play the puck and not worry about the pass, and as a result, he took the play away from John Onifray.
Went down to block the shot and was still able to block it with the stick.
Onifray looking to try to pass it across, and by the time Croft went down, and basically he took away both of his chances to shoot or to pass it.
Right. Now Ryan spent last season with the Motor City Chiefs Junior B and looked very impressive in the summer skates and in the camp, and was one of Coach Boileau's early signees for this season.
Marasco now sends it around behind the net to Adam Jakubowski. Adam Jakubowski looks to try to clear the zone, unable to. Jeffkin keeps it in. Bombers with it now. Up to Rennie Ford. Ford sends it back to the air. Adam Jakubowski fires a quick wrist shot from the top of the circle. Cousins had to be quick. Much better period defensively, I think, for the Lightning and Cousins as a whole, but I don't think that the Cousins has been tested this period the way he was in the first.
No.
Lightning staying at home a little bit more in their own zone, though. They're not gambling quite as hard as they were in the first, and I think that's kind of what allowed the Bombers to spring men past them a couple times when they had the power play.
Right. They've been the 5-on-5 play has been a lot more even this period since the Lightning goal. Seems like the Bombers have settled down a little bit. West has had to make some good chances, but not nearly as many as he did in the first half, in the first period.
So Chet Putek in to take the face off for the Lightning. Chet actually almost a full 20 minutes now that he hasn't been in the box. Kozlakevich plays it up. He picks it back up again at center ice. And look at that speed he can put on. Kozlakevich very impressive today for the Lightning.
Yeah, he's been everywhere with the puck. I guess you want to make sure you learn to pronounce his name right, Larry.
And I'll tell you, he's done a good job of that because I think I have it now. As long as I don't look at how it's spelt and I look at the phonetic, I'm okay. It's like these names, these long names like that are all spelled out and they're mostly all consonants, and the guy tells you it's pronounced Smith. Lightning now with it, 36 seconds remaining on the clock. Trying to get possession in the Bomber zone, and Ryan Croft doing a good job of just denying them that. Puck back out at center ice. Nate Jakubowski sends it across the blue line. Croft sends it over and delayed offsides that Bombers managed to touch up on. Maltese giving chase. My buddy Kozlakevich over there with the puck again. Okay, so that's going to be the end of the second period. And we've managed to at least learn how to pronounce Kozlakevich out of all this. For the Lightning, the positive thing that came out, though, was that Steve Piccoli scored at 2:14 on the clock. 2:14 gone in the second period. And it cut the Detroit lead to 3-1. And that's where we stand after two. We'll be back for the start of the third. Okay, we're back here for the start of the third period with the Brownstown Bombers holding a 2-goal lead, 3-1 over the Detroit Lightning. The Lightning, a dangerous team, especially when you have them trapped, and that's where they are right now. They're down by 2. They got 20 minutes left to play, and if the Bombers think that they can slack off and just try to play the final 20 minutes and just put in the time out there, they're going to be sorely wrong, and hopefully that's not the case. They're going to come out. I know Tom Boileau wants to see his guys come out and play hard like they did in the first period. A little bit of a back off there in the second period offensively. Shots were only 7-8 in favor of the Lightning. They were 12-11 in favor of the Lightning in the first. So the Lightning hold a 20-18 shot lead after 2 periods, but they're down by 2.
Now the first period much more wide open. Actually surprised that the Bombers had that many shots in the first period. It seemed that Lightning had more of the territorial advantage. The Bombers settling down, slowing the game down a little bit more in the second period, especially after the Lightning goal, and a little more defensive oriented, but still taking the offensive chances.
So you got to stick to your game plan right now if you're the Bombers and Tom Boileau. You got to keep that defense set up, but you got to look for your opportunities to try to spring a guy and get him in behind Detroit and maybe try to pad that lead. Detroit not a friendly team when they're down. They're not a friendly team most of the time, but even more so when they're down. So we want to take a few seconds here while we have a stoppage. Remind you of some upcoming games. As we mentioned earlier, Saturday, November 1st, Michigan Stars come to town for a 7 o'clock start. Saturday, November 15th, the Michigan Stars for a 7 o'clock start as well. And Sunday, November 16th, the Metro Moose from New Jersey come to town for a 3 o'clock start. All games played at the Brownstown Icebox Sports Center on Telegraph Road. Ticket information, you can call 734-676-5500. Season ticket packages are still available.
Oh, it's always fun to try to talk during the loudest fan contest. One of these times we got to win, Lair.
You know, I don't understand. I seem to be the one that, yelling the loudest into the microphone. Maybe it's because, I have the headphones on, so maybe it's because I don't hear anybody else. Where's our pizza? The response I got to that was, where's mine? Hey, playback in action. Volker with it behind his own net. Having a hard time with it. Stripped it. And Marasco with it now. He circles. Send it in. Doesn't get through. Marasco sends it over to Ford. Ford working in along the boards in the corner. DiMaggio gets past him out, nearly out to the point. Croft kept it in.
Now, Ryan Croft played a good game for the Bombers tonight. He's starting to get his bearings straight in the junior A level and improving every game.
Now, a lot of times it's definitely the defensemen that go unnoticed through games. The goal scorers get most of the notice, and usually you'll see that happen when the Stars are picked. Defensemen that may be out there that didn't get the shots, didn't get any assists, but really played a hell of a game out there and managed to keep people off the board. They'll go unnoticed, and that's one of the best compliments that you can give a defenseman is really not to notice that he's out there.
Yeah,
he's out there just doing his job.
Yeah, some of the best ones, just nothing happens on their side of the ice. You don't talk about them, but they've done their job and they make sure that nothing goes on.
So we have an interference penalty coming up. Looks like it's going to be on Steve Beneke for Detroit. Oh, and I'm sorry, that's Alex Handley, actually, number 26.
Nope.
No, it's not
Winston
him either.
Pappas going
Pappas
for the Bombers.
Okay. So Detroit goes on the power play with 17:55 remaining in the third, trailing 3-1.
Whoa.
Bombers have done a good job so far tonight killing off penalties.
Good stop on Steve Sabo there by Austin West.
Yeah, Sabo was right there. Sabo dangerous when he gets in close to the net. He's got the size, too, that it's hard to tie him up. Onofre with it for Detroit. Tries to center it across, unable to. The Bombers get it, and they come back now a man short. Marasco trying to get down the ice, loses it. Lightning dump it back in their own zone. Piccoli with it. Plays it back on the boards. Back to Volker behind the net. Volker back over to Piccoli. Kozakevich. Piccoli with it now along the sideboards. Sabo. Kozakevich. Back to Sabo behind the net. Sabo centers it, and Piccoli wasn't able to get a stick on it. It was to the backside. Sabo sends a long one cross ice to Onofre. Onofre trying to cut in, and Nate Jakubowski and Sam DeSmook tying them up. Got off a weak shot that was easily saved by Austin West. 42 seconds remaining now in the penalty to the Bombers. Onofre with it. He's got a wide open area to shoot. Opted to send it in, and puck's deflected up and into the net from the side of the goal.
When the Detroit Lightning come in, it's puck for 7 p.m. game. In Michigan,
So that puck will remain in the Bomber zone. Face off to the left of Austin West. Jeffkins in for the Lightning. Jeffkins takes it off the skate and sends it over to Grunau.
Nice block by Chris Ryan.
Kovalchuk with the shot from the point. Ryan with a nice block to deflect it up and into the net. 23 seconds remain now in the penalty. Once again, the Lightning have not been able to be very effective at all on the power play. They've had their chances, but between the defensemen and the goaltending for the Bombers, they've done a good job to shut them down.
Yeah, they've had a good penalty kill all night, and actually their best offensive chances have come on shorthanded.
Nate Jakubowski sends it all the way down the ice off the boards after deflecting off the stick of Grunau. Jeffkins racing down the ice with the puck. Bojanowski and Grunau out there with him. Bojanowski unable to take Senek off the puck. Onside for Federo. Bombers unable to get a play off there, and Lightning trying to come back as Bojanowski's just pestered by Federo. Federo circles in his own zone. The Bombers are back to full strength. Senek with it along the boards and Federo. Bojanowski doing a good job of pestering Federo, getting the puck back out in front. Bojanowski with it in the corner, sends it back behind the net. Nice shot by Grunau. West had to be quick to make that save. Grunau again with the puck in his own zone. Grunau, the captain for the Lightning this year, doing a great job at both ends of the ice today. Jakubowski just fires it in off the glass behind the net. Jeffkins sends it up to Grunau at the point, but Bombers manage to keep it in. Mosley tries to send it in behind the net, doesn't succeed, and Grunau has it coming up the ice. There's over 5 minutes gone in the third. Lightning continue to hold their 2-goal lead, 3-1. A shot by Morley from the point that didn't quite get through, deflected off a skate.
Well, another good penalty kill for the Bombers. Detroit really never got anything set up going. They did at least keep Marasco off the board on that penalty, so there's some improvement there for the Lightning.
Bombers 2 out of 3 goals today coming shorthanded. The other goal coming on the power play. Brownstown manages to clear the zone. Lightning just dump it back in. Morley sends it in. Back behind the Bombers net again. It takes a bad bounce off the boards behind the net. Boards must not be meeting up exactly even, and that puck just squirted out, almost came out in front. Tied up in the corner now. Pappas and Langlois for the Bombers. Get it out to C.J. Owen. C.J. Owen off the boards, and he's got Kubicek with it. Kubicek has Pappas. Kubicek decided to take it, and at that point it might have been better to try to center it again. He was at a very hard angle, but Kubicek gave it a good opportunity. And
Lightning defenseman Morley doing a nice job taking away the pass. And, Justin didn't really have much to shoot at that point.
West with a big, nice save there. Had to be quick. Ball's on the puck. Freezes it with 13:09 remaining in the third. Again, if you haven't been down to the ice box to catch the action, get down and see this for yourself. Junior A hockey, mostly 17 to 21-year-olds looking to try to make it to college and the pros. Maltese with it for Detroit, turns with it and just fires it in behind the Bombers net. Nate Jakubowski sends it off the boards to brother Aaron, who couldn't catch it.
You mentioned the players trying; these players are heading for college and pro and minor pro. if you go to the www.brownstownbombers.com, take a look at a fairly impressive alumni list for just 2 years in the league. 7 players last year moved on, including 2 players to Division I, Kevin Bonikowski and Adam Drescher now at Wayne State, and Frank Federo this season has already committed to Wayne State for 2004-2005.
And that's a great opportunity for these kids to be able to move on and play Division I college hockey, get an education while they do it, and maybe come out of it with a pro career. It's definitely important. I mean, the college route is one that is not the most traveled in this sport, but too many of these players, when their careers are over, and they're over a lot of times at an early age, they're not prepared. They don't have another career to fall back on.
Right. That's why it's important to get these guys every opportunity you can to get them in school.
Nice hard shot by Aaron Jakubowski. It was high and wide. Ryan Croft just sends it back in. Knocked down with the stick from Kovalchuk. Nate Jakubowski dumps it in on net. Cousins goes down and holds on to the puck. The face-off will be in the Detroit zone with 11:39 remaining in the third. And the Bombers continuing to hold a 3-1 lead. Offensively today, it's definitely been, I would say, Federo, definitely number one for the Lightning, for the Bombers, I mean. And but once again, like we said, you got to look at some of the intangibles on this team, and they got to go to some of the defensemen like Croft.
Yeah, Croft has played an excellent game. Also, they've gotten good play, although nowhere near the minutes of the top lines, but they've gotten good play out of the line of Kubicek, Pappas, and C.J. Owen. Coming up, stirring up things. The Lightning start to get something going. They seem to be able to shut that down and slow the game right back down.
Good job there by Chris Ryan to play Piccoli. Just take him out of the play. Not let him get that shot off. Piccoli had a good burst of speed, was trying to get around Ryan.
Rennie Ford doing a nice job to negate that icing. Good hustle to get down and beat the defenseman to the puck. Oh, offside. Oh, they missed.
No call, and Lightning will have the puck down low, and they try to center it. And West played it with the stick, and Detroit managed to get a quick shot, and West had to make another save. Ford swats at it, misses, but Marasco has it. Marasco racing up the ice. DiMaggio trying to trail, but Kyle not exactly as fast as Chris Marasco, and Chris had to actually slow up a little bit and let Kyle catch up to him.
Kolja Schneider touching up for the icing. And bring it back down to the Detroit end.
Bombers definitely looking for their second win of the year now after winning on opening night and then dropping the next 3.
All by 1 goals, 4-3, 3-2, and 2-1.
Yeah.
Playing well, but as we said earlier, they were having some problems scoring on breakaways. They seem to have cured some of that tonight, getting the 2 shorthanded goals within 7 seconds, both on breaks.
Well, they entered the week tied for 5th place with Toledo with 2 points, 1 and 3 each team. Toledo lost last night, went 1 and 4. And they're going to Brighton tonight, so their work's definitely cut out for them. If Brownstown manages to win tonight, they will at least guarantee that they don't fall into 6th place and possibly wind up in sole possession of 4th place or 5th place. Michigan beating the Metro Moose last night, handing the Moose their first loss.
Right. The Moose got off to a good 5-0 start, but all the games are very close, very competitive, and it's going to be hard for anybody to run away with this league.
C.J. Owen trying to tie the puck up along the boards. Grunau in there for Detroit. Puck does come loose and it squirts over the blue line. Morley giving chase for Detroit. Kubicek trying to force him to play the puck. Offsides, the call?
Hand pass.
Or hand pass. Pappas went down and linesman ruling that he sent it forward with his hand, and Pappas trying to explain that it went off the skate. Nevertheless, linesman Tallman makes the call, and the faceoff will be in the dot, just outside the Detroit blue line. My buddy Kozlakevich out there again for Detroit. Bombers looking to try to keep pressure in the Detroit zone, and Detroit looking to try to get the puck out of there and down the ice. And less than 8:50 remaining in the third. Bombers continue to lead 3-1.
Good forecheck by the Bombers. Keep that puck down to the Lightning end.
Anthony Pilkus had the puck, was trying to spring himself down the ice, and Bombers doing a good job of tying him up. Kozlakevich going with the puck. Kozlakevich, native of Canton, Michigan, coming to the Lightning this year from the Sioux Indians in the North American Hockey League. We got an offsides here, and a face-off now with 8:05 remaining in the third. Will be just outside the Bombers' blue line.
And you mentioned Kozlakevich coming from the Sioux Indians of the North American League. Again, that the folding of CompuWare, Lansing, and Chicago really changed the landscape of junior hockey, especially in the state of Michigan, where there's only the Sioux and the national team, under 17 team now left in Michigan. And that's some of those players, a lot of those players are coming to the CEHL. Definitely raised the level of play in this league, as well as picking up some coaches that like Jeff Blum.
Sault Ste. Marie at the north end of the North American Hockey League territory, and what a long trip that's got to be to head down to Dallas.
Yeah.
It's like a long trip to go anywhere from Sioux when there isn't any teams in Lansing in the Detroit area.
Right, their shortest road trip is about 250 miles.
But that'll surely season you for the NHL if nothing else does. Jakubowski gloves it, manages to keep it in. Play winds up going back into the Bomber zone though, and off West glove, and
just wide.
Just managed to trickle wide. West getting a little bit lucky on that play. 7:35 now remaining in the third. Bombers onside with the puck. Net off the mooring. Play whistle dead, and face-off will, if it comes outside. Not sure who knocked the net off the mooring, but looks like the face-off may come outside the blue line.
Frank Federa with a nice rush up the ice, showing some quickness. Get the puck deep into the Lightning end.
Morasko and Kozlakevich facing off. Sabo for Detroit, not Kozlakevich. Puck it shot in on Cousins, and he had to make a save. Not too dangerous, but he hasn't seen a whole lot lately, and sometimes those long ones can fool you when you haven't seen them.
Oh, Morasko just missed the upper corner.
Morasko reading Cousins, and the fact that he seems to go down a little bit easy, trying for that upper corner, and he gets fired it high again. Morasko again now, racing it down the ice. He's got Langlois with him. Langlois couldn't get his stick on it. Morasko with it in the corner, out to Langlois. Langlois trying to send it to the side of the net. DiMaggio unable to get it there. Piccoli sends it up for Detroit. Onifray has it onside. Onifray, though, sandwiched and getting nowhere with that puck. The clock now starting to work against Detroit. 6:35 remaining in the third. Schneider unable to clear it. A lot of traffic out there, and that one.
That was a dangerous play. Very dangerous play. Just trickled wide.
Volker goes back behind his net, touches it up for icing. Face-off will come all the way back down to the Bombers' end of the ice. So 6:18 remaining in the third, and the Bombers just looking to try to hold on. from the three-goal first period outburst.
Definitely more of a back and forth game here. The Bombers still putting the offensive pressure on, which they have to do. You can't just sit back in this league or it can get away from you in a hurry.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Grunau scores after scoring 2 last night. He gets another one tonight, and he cuts the lead to 3-2. It's just a 1-goal game at this point. There's 13:51 was the time on Grunau's goal. That's his 5th of the season in 6 games with the Lightning. Well, once again, there's just slightly over 6 minutes remaining, and the Lightning are alive. The Bombers need to get their game back if they want to try to hold on and pull this one out.
Well, 6 minutes to go in a 1-goal game. Welcome to the CEHL 2003-2004 version.
Offsides on that play is Jojo Bojanowski for Detroit, and Aaron Jakubowski tied up at center ice in the interlocked arms and sticks, and puck wound up going offsides. So 5:53 now remaining in the third. Jeffkins takes the face-off for Detroit. Federo wins it, though, for the Bombers, and Dismuke has it. Dismuke looking to try to go behind his own net with it. Grunau giving chase. Detroit's going to go with the full court press right now. So the official scoring on that goal is James Grunau from Christian Jeffkins and Chris Kovacek at 13:51 of the third. Bombers need to get some offense going right now and some sustained offense.
Yeah, this is the guy to do it.
Federo doing a good job.
Oh, nice play on the defense there.
Aaron Jakubowski with the puck laying right there, able to be tipped in, and Detroit's defense doing a great job of knocking that puck away in the crease. 5 minutes remain. Federo plays it off the boards, can't get it out, held in at the point. Kovacek again with it for the Lightning, and Grunau has it now. Grunau tries to backhand it in to Jeffkins, who couldn't play the puck. Jeffkins behind his net, and the Lightning tied up.
That's it.
Jojo Bojanowski. Jeffkins with the puck at the side of the net, slightly behind, send it out front to Bojanowski, who knocked it home to tie the game up. Bojanowski's 2nd of the year in 9 games.
Well, the longer that puck stays in your zone, the higher the percentage of that puck ending up in your net. The Bombers just did not get the clear. The puck stayed in the zone, and like I said, the longer it was in there, the more likely it was to get a goal.
Well, Detroit, a well-conditioned team, and late in the game, you just can't figure a 2-goal lead will hold up in the final 5 minutes, and obviously it doesn't. As Jojo Bojanowski scores his 2nd of the year from Christian Jeffkins and Chris Kovacek. So Jenkins and Kovacek assist on the last 2 goals. They both each picked up 2 points so far tonight. And the Lightning tied up 3-3 with 4:34 remaining in the game. Timeout called right now as the teams will discuss their strategies for the final slightly over 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, the Bombers are running around a little bit in their zone there. They need to settle down, get the good clear, try to get some offensive pressure.
Detroit has a way of, they can step their game up on you without even you realizing that they're picking their game up. You know, the next thing you know, that's exactly it. They're putting the pressure on you in your own zone. You're scrambling. Traffic starts going everywhere, and the goaltender gets a little confused, and a play like that happens. Right. Schneider sends it in. Cousins had to make the save, and we're going to have a penalty now coming up to the Bombers, as Winston Pappas nailed John Onifre from behind at the boards. Referee Presnell making the call, and we got a fight behind the net. We got 3 pairs of players all tied up. Kovalchuk for Detroit just scoring. I'm not sure who he's scoring off with there from the Bombers. I can't tell yet.
It's Brian Langlois.
Is it? He got in some good punches along the board zone. Took Langlois down and having a little talk with him while he's sitting on top. And
oh, he grabbing a hold of a face mask.
You only have 2 linesmen out there, and you have 3 fights going on. It's kind of hard to get them broken up. So we'll wait for the calls here, but I would assume that we're going to have at least 3 players pretty much done for, or 3 players on each team pretty much done for tonight. Senek goes to the penalty box for the Bombers. One of the players involved. Welcome to the CEHL, Mr. Senek. So, players pick up the remains.
We try to sort out the equipment of who's what belongs to who here.
John Onifray taking some sticks back over to the Detroit bench. I'm sorry, the Bombers bench. Kyle Volker pushing over some gloves back to his teammates. Steve Sabo in the box for the Lightning. I think that might be Steve Beneke that's with him. I can't catch the number. Okay, so we have
Kolya Schneider, Brian Langlois, and Senek for the Bombers.
Yep, and then we have Sabo for Detroit, for sure. Maltese looks like he's heading into the box. And Kovalchuk. No, maybe Maltese isn't. It's Kovalchuk, and it's really hard when you don't have the opportunity of the instant replays to see this stuff. It might be Vakovic. Looks like 14. Seems to be the calmest out of all the players there. That could be because he doesn't speak English.
Well, there's got to be one more Lightning player, and it is Maltese.
Okay, Vakovic is on the bench. Okay, it's hard to tell where the penalty
he's leaning into the penalty box.
Ends. Yeah. So it is Maltese that goes. As we straighten out our confusion, referee Presnell looks to try to straighten out the on-ice confusion. 4:16 remain in the game. And it's anybody's game at this point. Even score, 3-3. On Jojo Bojanowski's goal. Yeah, 16-26.
Yeah, hockey is definitely a game of momentum, and right now it seems to have shifted to the Lightning. And it's all it takes is one play for the Bombers to get it back, and that's what we need to see. Okay.
So whoever has the most drive at this point ought to win this game. Cousins seems to have settled down quite a bit from the first period where he looked a little bit shaky. His teammates didn't help him in front, but nevertheless, there was a couple of goals there that maybe he should have made the save on. But he's done a good job in the second and third period to hold his team in and give him the opportunity to tie it up.
Yep. Yeah, he's not really been tested real hard, but so that can change real quick in the last 4 minutes. And then maybe that's not always the best thing for your goaltender to sit back and be a spectator. When he needs to make the quick move, he may not be able to make that move.
To Jojo Bojanowski, who just scored for the Lightning, back in.
Number 41, Joel Maltese, 5 minutes 8 seconds left.
Vasilkevich almost scores for the Lightning there. Good shot, and West had to be quick. Morley tries to clear it. He wasn't able to do it. Grunau manages to tap it over the blue line for him. Bojanowski with it now along the boards, trying to cut in. Grunau again with the puck, sends it in. Bojanowski with him on the boards. Bojanowski loses the edge of his skate and goes down. Long shot by Jeffkins that goes wide. 3 minutes remain. Score tied 3-3. Frank Federo looks for somebody, sends it up.
Just missed Aaron Jakubowski cutting through.
Nate Jakubowski now with the puck, just sends it over the blue line. Jeffkins sends it back into his own zone, but Federo takes it. Federo has it for the Bombers, looking for a little bit of room, but he doesn't have any place to go with it. Sends it in deep to Jakubowski. Kyle DiMaggio behind the net, plays it off the boards. They got 6 players all behind the net, trying to make something happen, and Federo dumped.
Not going to be calling much at this point.
Federo dumped and slashes out with the stick, and no calls either direction. DiMaggio sends it across. The Lightning now get it back again. Ross Brothers are taking it into Piccoli. Piccoli tries to shovel a backhander, doesn't get it through, and the net off the mooring again. 1:47 remain, and we have ourselves a barn burner here.
Yes, we do. At this point, it's basically like an overtime game. The next goal is going to pretty much be the winner with only 1:47 to go.
Detroit with the momentum at this point. Lightning need to look to take it away. Just Ryan unable to clear it out of his own zone. Lightning keep it in, Onifray with it along the boards, and Bombers do manage to clear it out to Morley. Morley just dumps it back over off the boards, and it's back into the Bomber zone. Piccoli with a quick shot there, and Piccoli almost does some damage.
Again, the Bombers not clear, making the clear, not getting the hard pass to get the puck out of the zone.
You can't play the clock at this point. The game's tied 3-3. Got to go out there and try to make something happen. You got to put those passes on the tape. Give the guy an opportunity to skate with it. Winston Pappas in to take the face off against Jeffkins. Long shot from Kyle Volker and gloved off by Austin West. Manages to take a few seconds off the clock. 1:21 remain. Bombers trying to spring it loose. Winston Pappas with it. Watkins had a hold up at the blue line, and he did a good job.
Oh, just over the crossbar.
Watkins did a good job at the blue line and got knocked over, but the play was onside at that point. Pappas with a good chance. And
nice backhander, just an inch too high.
It's a little too much air underneath it. Now we're in the final minute. There's 50 seconds remaining. Jeffkins trying to cut in for the Lightning, unable to. Chris Ryan, he's going to get called. He's going to get called for the elbow.
Oh, only 43 seconds left.
Ryan took Bojanowski hard into the boards, and he's going to sit up here for an elbow with 43 seconds remaining on the clock. And this will carry on over into the overtime, if there is an overtime. The CEHL plays a 5-minute overtime if the game remains tied. At that point, then we go into a shootout. Always my favorite way to end the hockey game. I've loved that ever since I started following the IHL years ago. I know there's a lot of hockey purists that think that it ought to be decided by overtime or by full periods, and I just tell you that there's nothing more exciting than going 8, 9, 10 rounds into a shootout.
Right.
For that, to put a nail biter out there for everybody. So we got the final timeout.
The bad news is the Bombers are shorthanded. The good news is most of our offensive chances this game have come in a shorthanded mode.
66% of their goals this game have come shorthanded.
And they've had a couple other good chances. One whistled down on a bit of a questionable call that took away a breakaway, and one other earlier shorthanded breakaway in which they didn't score.
Not sure what all the conversation's about right now. The officials still sorting things out by the penalty box. So, 43 seconds remain. We're ready to drop the puck. Try to wrap this game up. Nate Jakubowski swats at it. Doesn't get it out on the first chance. Gets it out on the second one. Sends it long. Right now the Bombers are just going to play for the overtime.
Yeah, being shorthanded, that's the main thing you got to do is keep from giving up the goal.
Get the point. Unafraid with it now along the sideboard, sends it to Volker. Volker winds up with a long shot. Lightning with two players out there looking for deflections. 10 seconds now remain in the game, in the period. Regulation time. Steve Piccoli unable to get the shot off. 2 seconds. That ought to pretty much do it. As Nate Jakubowski smartly falls on the puck, holds it back behind the net. We're going to have a short 3-minute break here, and we'll be right back for the start of overtime.
Well, on CEHL rules, each team now receives a point, and the 5-minute overtime will decide the additional point. And again, as you mentioned, failing that, we'll go to the shootout.
14 for a 3-period total of 34. There will now be a 3-minute rest period before we begin a 4-on-4 overtime.
So much more offensive period there for the Lightning, and it paid off for them. A couple of good goals, actually 2 goals in the third. And both on both goals, Kovalchuk, a defenseman for the Lightning, and Jeffkins, a forward, both assisting on those goals. First goal was James Grunow, coming at 13:51 of the period to cut the lead to 3-2. And then Jojo Bojanowski, young player, just his second year in the league. He only played a partial season last year, has drawn quite a bit of interest from USA junior hockey as well as this league, and he's definitely showing what he can do. He scored to tie the game at 15:26.
Now, on the third goal, the Bombers had the opportunity to clear the zone. They didn't get it out. They didn't get it out repeatedly, and seemed about 30 seconds with the puck in their end, and it's going to end up in your net with that much time.
So last week's Player of the Week, while we have this break in the action, was goaltender Austin West. West stopping 57 of 62 shots in 2 games on that weekend. He kept his team in both games with several tremendous saves. West has really picked his game up to another level. I know that him and
Chris Larson.
Chris Larson as well as Anthony Lukow. Now, Anthony Lukow is still looking to try to find a spot on this roster, and that may not happen, but I know West and Lukow have played together before, and they both seem to bring out the best in each other.
Yeah, Austin has definitely picked up his game from the first couple games. He's played very well tonight. We'll see if this goes to shootout, how much that really affects it. His Cousins does seem to be fighting the puck tonight. Has not been tested anywhere near as much as Austin West, but shootouts are something completely different. But first we've got to get through the rest of this minute and 18-second power play. It is a 4-on-4 overtime, so the Bombers are going to be only have 3 skaters out there. That's a lot of ice. That's a lot of ice for a team that has the quickness of the Lightning.
Definitely. And the Lightning have done a great job in the second and third period to adjust their game plan. The game coming in, first period, much more wide open. They look to just try to keep the play a little more defensive and not let the Bombers get too many chances on Cousins as a result of him struggling a little bit.
Right.
And as a result, they've done a great job to hold themselves in. They have held the Bombers off the board now for the last 40 minutes and 3 seconds. In that time, they've managed to come back and score 3, tie it up, and now we're in overtime.
A very evenly matched game. The Bombers, as you said, getting 3 goals in the first, and the Lightning holding on, coming back strong here in the third period. And now we'll see what happens in overtime. A lot of ice. Taking that one player from each side off the ice really seems to open up the game and makes these overtimes very exciting.
So the Lightning, for the Bombers, looking to go with 2 defensemen, 1 forward. Federo out there for the Bombers. Ryan Croft and Nate Jakubowski on defense. The Lightning will not rush themselves at this point. They still have 1:10 now of a power play. Onofre with it at the point. Onofre sends it into Kovacevic. Back out to Onofre. Onofre looking. Sabo out there in front. Lightning get a shot off, and West with a good save. Once again, the patience of this team. Onofre there, had the puck, he spun, realized he didn't have a play, he just took his time. In a wide open angle, Onofre for some reason sent it to the far side, missing the net. And there's 28 seconds remaining in the penalty now to the Bombers. Frank Federo with it, takes it behind his net. They're just going to try to eat as much of this clock as they can, get that extra skater on, play it off the boards and down the ice. 10 seconds now remain in the penalty to Winston Pappas. Kovacevic with it. Behind his own net. The Bombers are back at full strength, and Aaron Jakubowski out now for the Bombers. Brother Nate giving chase to John Onofre, trying not to let him get a play off, and Kyle Volker with a long shot that Austin West saw the whole way. West makes the save, freezes the puck, and we got 3:27 remaining in the game, and the teams are back to 4-on-4.
Whew. Good penalty kill for the Bombers on that. Frank Federo making a nice play, bringing the puck back behind the net, setting things up. When he got pressured, firing it all the way down, and the Lightning never really got another chance to set up anything.
All Detroit's goals today coming even strength. So that definitely says a lot about Tom Boileau's systems, and this is what he wanted. Last year, the Bombers struggled on special teams, and today they did a great job against a powerful Detroit Lightning team.
And Rennie Ford with a good chance.
Good opportunity there.
Well, Chris Marasco helping set that up. Chris must think they're shorthanded again, the way he's been very, very effective in the penalty kill tonight.
Kovacevic with the puck, going behind his own net. Marasco giving chase, flushing him out. Kovacevic skates up the ice, trying to do it himself. He takes it into the Bomber zone, circles back to the point. Adam Jakubowski with the puck in the corner and leaves it there for Rennie Ford. Ford loses it though, and the Lightning have it. Lightning to Jojo Bojanowski from a hard angle. West made the save, freezes the puck, and there's 2:27 remaining. And Jojo Bojanowski, for his young age out there with a great puck sense and knowing how to go to the net.
Nice play. West again up to the challenge, and 2:27 remaining in the overtime.
You can't fault the play of West tonight for this game going into overtime at all. The team let down in front of them. They backed off a little bit on Detroit, and Detroit had some good opportunities as a result. West has played another great game. So the Bombers get it in to the Lightning zone, but they can't. Well, they do manage to keep it in, and now it skirts over. James Grunow doing a little magic with that puck, ragging it back and forth, and to get it back into the Bomber zone, and plays whistled offside.
Makes you think back to the play where Frank Federo beat the goaltender and smacked one off the pipe.
Yeah.
Turns out to be a huge play.
Yeah. Difference in the game. So the face-off now just outside the Bombers' blue line. 2 minutes, 1 second remain in overtime. Lightning with the puck. Kozakevich takes it back in. Grunow with it at the side. Grunow sending out front. Nobody there. Piccoli giving chase to Federo. Federo trying to do something with the puck. And Nate Jakubowski doing a good job to step in and take the pick. Long pass up the air, and Jakubowski doesn't get through. 2 Detroit defenders there. Bombers trying to get some sort of possession back in the Detroit zone. Federo skates it in.
3 guys on Frank.
Federo circles behind the net and loses it though. Kozakevich with a great job defensively to take that puck away and to take his team back, to send his team back down the ice. Piccoli with it now for the Lightning, loses it. Nate Jakubowski plays it up to the point. Bombers can't get it over. Frank Federo doing a good job of tying up Kovalchuk so he can't get to the puck. There's 50 seconds remaining in overtime now. Grunow with the puck. He loses it to Piccoli. Bombers with it back in their own zone, just cleared the zone. Nate Jakubowski up in a forward position right now. Nate drops back on defense, and there's 32 seconds remaining.
And we got a whistle. That's going to bring the face-off all the way down.
30 seconds left on the clock, and the face-off will come always down the Detroit zone, which is where the Bombers want it right now. So, nobody scores in the next 30 seconds. We're going to go into a shootout. It'll be our first shootout to call.
Right. It'll be the first one in the CEHL this year.
We had some exciting ones last year when I was broadcasting for Detroit, and they were playing Toledo, and both games that went into the shootout against Toledo were scored in each way each time, but it was scored with like 0.0 seconds on the clock, and it went into overtime, then into a shootout. Just exciting action. Mr. Pappas slashing a little bit at his player, and we got Adam Jakubowski taken down. No call. We got 1 second, and that's going to be it. We're going to go to the shootout.
Okay.
Shot clock back in overtime for the Bombers. 22 and for the Lightning. 38. We'll now commence a shootout.
So each team will pick 5 skaters to go in 1-on-none against the other team's goalie.
Okay.
The teams discuss strategies right now.
Well, Austin West definitely had the most work tonight with 38 shots on him, 35 saves. Chase Cousins with 22 shots and 19 saves.
West cleaning his crease a little bit. Cousins still over, getting a slight rest over there at the bench, discussing strategy with the Lightning's main goaltender, Justin Marriott. So West in his crease, head bowed down, focusing.
And this is why I wanted my son to never be a goaltender.
It's strange. You wind up in your own world out there. You really do. I know it's especially in this type of situation, because you're trying to focus and you're trying to keep yourself confident, but you don't want to think negative at the same time.
Yeah.
And it gets rough, you know. And it's you against, it's one-on-one, mano a mano.
Right. Don't want to think too much. They need to react.
So Chase Cousins Skating slowly over to his net. And the Lightning will pick the first skater to go.
Yeah, this can be a big save. If you can make the first save to give your team that extra shooter.
So it looks like John Onifray may be the first shooter for the Lightning. Discussing something with refereeing chief Steve Tallman, who's over there at the boards. This is the worst part for the goalies, though, is just get it going, you know? I'm focused now. I just want to do this. I don't want to sit and think about it anymore. So we still wait word on. Okay, they're going to send Kozlikevich out to take the first shot for the Lightning. Not exactly bad moves. He is quick. He's got good hands. And defensemen are actually a good choice in this type of a game because the goaltender doesn't always get to see a defenseman's shot very much. So Kozlikevich, and he dekes. Save, West! Let's go. He got past him. Okay, so Kozlikevich does score. Lightning take the lead in the shootout, 1-0. The winner of the shootout will receive 1 point. That 1 point will go on the board and it will break the 3-3 score. Frank Federo now, skating up slowly. Frank Federo looking to make a move, and light goes on, but the referee weighs off the goal.
You're trying to tell him it was. Well, the goal judge is.
Federo not happy about that. The goal judge right back there, the referee off on the side. Referee Presnell made the call, immediately made the call. He never even looked up to see if the light went on, so I'm assuming he saw it. Onifray now for the Lightning. Onifray dekes and sends it high. Good job by Onifray, and the Lightning take a 2-0 lead. The Bombers getting their back pushed up to the wall right now. They need to score here. Frank Federo making his exit from the ice as he was asked to leave.
Yeah, definitely not agreeing with the referee's call on that. Seemed that he did make it a little quick, not looking where the puck was at when the goaltender got up.
Winston Pappas. Winston Pappas takes it for the Bombers. He's got a head of speed up. He dekes him. Pappas
and he scores.
Pappas scores for the Bombers.
Students for the Lightning on the line to use Brownstown Bombers 3. Thank you for coming to the Icebox Sports Center. The Bombers, please pick up another point. The Bombers break that three-game center. Build on this. Brownstown Bombers, I'm Larry Nader. Mark McKenzie. Final score tonight on the Icebox. Detroit Lightning 4, Brownstown Bombers 3 in the shootout.